Hello everyone and welcome to another Bizmates for Beginners video lesson where every week we introduce a new idiom, phrase, or expression to help you with your daily business conversation. And today everyone, we are going to learn power outlet. Now some of you might be thinking, well, this is pretty easy, but in my experience, a lot of my students in the past have made the mistake of not using this. Instead, they choose to use something a little bit different, which is more difficult to understand and not very natural. So I wanted to go through that with you in detail today. So, okay, stay tuned. But first, before we jump into how to use this and the mistakes that are commonly made, let's do a quick recap of last week's class. Alright, so imagine I ask you, so you have an important interview today, right? So how are you feeling? And of course, because it is a very important interview, you are feeling very nervous. Okay, you're not quite yourself and you're kind of irritable. So how do you say that using the expression from last week? I'll give you 5 seconds to think about it. Are you ready? All right, go. All right, time is up. If you said, yeah, I'm feeling a bit on edge, then that's exactly right. Well done, and thank you for remembering last week's class. All right, so let's move on to power outlet. Okay, so this is what I sometimes hear. I'm speaking to my colleague Taro, and Taro is going overseas, okay, for a business trip. So I ask him, do you have any questions before you go on your business trip? Taro says, yeah, do I need an adapter for the consent? Okay, so by consent, I'm sure Taro means power outlet, all right? But this is something that I've heard used and kind of asked often in my past experience. So, okay, it is not consent. This is not something that I have heard before coming here to teach. So please be aware of this, okay? So in foreign countries, especially in Canada, we don't say consent, okay? We say power outlet. So Taro should say, do I need an adapter for the power outlet? Okay? All right, so yeah, I remember when one of my students asked me this initially, it took me a little bit of time to understand what my student was asking. So it is quite different, all right? So please keep that in mind. So if you go overseas and you're looking for a power adapter, okay, if you ask the shop staff, excuse me, do you have an adapter for the consent? They probably won't understand what it is exactly that you're looking for. So you can say, do you have an adapter for the power outlet? Okay? All right. The pronunciation here, everyone, it's very simple. However, when we do say outlet very quickly, we tend to drop the T here in the middle and at the end. So it's outlet, outlet. All right? It's not outlet, outlet. All right? That's what it sounds like when we speak very quickly. So please repeat after me. Do I need an adapter for the power outlet? Your turn. All right, good. Now after my question here, do you have any questions before you go on your business trip? Okay, very good. All right. So please remember this for next time. Our bonus question this week, everyone, is another way to say difficult to decide between. If you know what the answer is, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. If you don't know what the answer is, well, you are in luck because you can find it in one of our previous Bizmates for Beginners video lessons, so please take a look if you have the time. Alright everyone, so that is it for me this week. Thank you always for watching the videos. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.